So now that you've seen my drug talk video, you're probably not gonna mess with meth or heroin. And yet, these drugs have a powerful way of stealing our loved ones.
They aren't stealing my loved ones, at least so long as I show them that video.
But what about the people whose loved ones are already addicted?
Well, and I'm sorry to hear that, just don't focus on things that you can't control.
No, love doesn't work that way. Yeah, it's like you want to grieve over your lost loved one, but you haven't actually lost them, and so you just go mad trying to come up with a plan to save them.
So you mean like kidnapping them and then locking them up in a cabinet in the woods while they detox?
Like I said, people go crazy.
Okay, smarty pants, you come up with a suggestion then. Badaboom.
I have an idea. Let's tell them the two-step process. Do it. It only works for heroin though. Step 1, get them to admit that they have a problem. Yeah, but be gentle. Don't be guilt-tripping or getting mad at them. Stressing them out will only drive them to use. Point out to them how their mood is getting kind of wacky and how they haven't really been sleeping very well and how they just lost their job. Do this often and do it in a kind voice because they're not going to make the connections themselves. Because that would mean quitting, which they've probably already tried. Step 2 is after they have admit to having a problem, you try to get them to go to treatment. And if that's not an option, you can possibly turn your house into rehab. And remember that could just result in them stealing your stuff to get more dope. Even the most wonderful people will steal from their loved ones to avoid the hellish withdrawals. Opiate withdrawals are similar to if someone was torturing you for 72.5 hours. Their whole body aches so terribly that they cannot sleep. When they do sleep, they're gonna have suicidal delusions and terrible night terrors. You can help them by playing cheerful music, putting tinfoil on the windows so that you block the light out so they can sleep, keeping them fed and watered, and giving them vitamins. Most importantly though is for you to ignore their insults and demonic fits of rage. That's just part of the process.
Hold on a second, have you actually been through this?
Straight up, getting someone off heroin is like performing an exorcism. They go all mad and crazy. It's scary. Talk to a doctor about giving them Seroquel to sleep and marijuana to take the edge off. That's actually a really important step. Can we stop? Just one more note. Relapses are gonna happen. And this is normally the point when they overdose and die. And the reason is because they have this high tolerance when they stop, and then when they go back to using it, they don't have that tolerance anymore, so they take the same dose that they had been taking, but it ends up killing them. Make sure that they know if they do relapse that they need to have a way lower dose. And you need to be really vigilant. You'll know that they've relapsed if their voice is at a lower pitch or a slur. If they fall asleep, then you're gonna need to sit with them to make sure that they don't stop breathing, which tragically actually happens a lot. Probably wanna make sure that you know how to do CPR. Can we stop? What? I don't know, this talk is making me nervous. Okay, I'll make it quick. Getting somebody off meth.
Good luck with that one.
I only know one person who's ever gotten off meth. It's like a fly trap. Most humans are not strong enough to escape its sticky layers. Even the police don't bother to arrest them for using because that just delays the process. Don't ask me how I know that. The man I know who quit that stuff just up and moved to the other side of the country to be homeless. He squatted in the streets, alone, withdrawing. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but the withdrawals involve like them thinking there's worms inside them and just really, really scary stuff. I'm not saying he went through that, but a lot of people go through that. So as far as I know, getting them out of the area is the only way, because the other addicts are not gonna let them quit.
Let's finish it by telling them to watch my brainwashing videos and anything else on psychology and check out Derek Banas Indirect Hypnosis, because sometimes you might have to like hypnotize them to stop with their druggy stuff. It's okay because you have their best interest at heart.
I hope this video saves a life because it was really difficult to make. Thank you for watching, and if you don't want to go through that, I don't blame you. First and foremost, remember, you need to take care of yourself. Just take it one day at a time. So this is really dumb. I have to hold really still so that the hood don't fall off. I need to show this and I need to stay with my dot. Sweaty, this hoodie, I think this sweat. I think this hoodie is messing up my whole color scheme. You tell me what's my good side. I think that's okay. What about the what about the people who've